Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the NECC podcast. This is the first one we're doing. Joining here with me is Black Negermonger, who is the CEO of Alternative Catering, and Ombra Mortale, which is the CEO of Marwarn Industries. How's it going, guys?
Yo, just fine.
Yeah, it's okay. It's nice to have this first podcast.
Yeah, it's good to get everyone together. So, tell us a little bit about, what alliance, who's involved in the alliance so far, NECC. What
Ah,
corporations do we have in here?
in Alliance we have actually only four corporations. So it's the founder corporations, is the Skanska Corporation. Then we have another one that is doing purely investment on the market, Imperial Capital Holding, and there is the other very two operative corporations, Samar War Industries, and another corporations with very funny name, Out of My Way, I'm Mining.
So, yeah, the CEO of Out of My Way I'm Mining couldn't make it today, but we will have him in future podcasts. What is NECC? Well, I guess we can just go first to what each corporation does. So, Black, do you want to describe kind of what alternative catering does and how they're related to the NECC?
We are the basically the ones that goes around and discourage any kind of hostilities against the alliance. Um, we try to be as aggressive and mean as possible, so the alliance can do their little adventure.
Yeah. We just pretty much our goal is to bring as much safety to NECC as possible, so they can work and bring in money and infrastructure as easily as possible. So, Umbra, do you want to tell us a little bit about what Amar War Industries is all about?
Amara Industries is about essentially primary mining, because this is the most first income of Amara War Industries. So you must consider that sitting on the belt and mining, we don't need to pay no one to take material out. So it's technically 100% income. After that is going everything over the industry, over the manufacturing, copying BPO or working BPO, trying to make some BPC Tech 2. That is not easy, of course, but something is coming out. And of course, all the spectrum of the production from the smallest, can I say, antimatter charge to the Citadel torpedoes, like from the shuttles to the opportunity, if there will be opportunity to build also a Titan. But of course, for now, this is something like a very remote dream. The max, the biggest things the MR War Industries has built, it was the carriers and red freighters and other things like this.
So, what are Umbra Mortale, you are the one who created this alliance. Do you want to explain some of the future goals of NECC? What were some of the reasons why you decided to create this?
Um, Technically, did not create it Ombra Mortale, but Genesi Mortale. It's de facto CEO of New Eden Corporation conglomerate. So the reason about this is, how can I say, after several years of playing this game up and down, learning many things, making errors, etc., I realized that even today, after almost 10 years, more than 10 years playing this game, that there is always some people wish to harm, wish to make damage to the others. If there is for interest or there is for pure fun, etc., to destroy somebody who has try to build something. And practically the the wish, mine and the wish of the New Eden Corporation conglomerate is to help people, is to try to find also people who is on our same direction or have our same view. Of course, I talking exclusively about miners, industrialists, uh, capital pilots of the freighters, jump freighters, all this spectrum uh, of the industry. What is technically the base of Eve. So this is the factor, the reason about the creation of the NACC. So of course we are on the verge also to move the corporations to move the alliance somewhere else on some safer place. But of course, for now is on the way of trying to find the best spot, the best place we can fix the alliance, and we can grow as the corporations are actually in the alliance, and with the security we can provide, with the great help of alternative catering, we can give security and future prosperity and grow to the other corporations who will join us.
Exactly, and we had some ideas for locations of where we would put these, of where we would locate this alliance. And Black, this would be 100% up to you, as you're the one who controls or has access to most of these areas. But what would you guys think about having a, just like an island, like a high sec system in around low sec areas, just for the alliance, where people will have the safety, and every corporation that joins and wants to be involved in the NECC, they can come in to the system of high sec, and they can put their station or citadel or whatever they want in this area. Of course, in return, they would be providing the alliance with resources, and that's kind of something that Umbra and Genesee would have to deal with. But what are your thoughts on that?
Black, can you say something?
Black felt so.
Yeah, I mean, my thoughts about that is that it's a great idea, and the area that we have been looking into has a lot of potential.
Yeah, I remember when you brought me to it. It
I
was.
will not bring up exactly where it is,
Yeah, we
but
can't
it's not
disclose the
that
location,
far
but
from. It's not that very far from where we are at the moment. But of course, everything has its ups and downs. I mean, the implications of going there, so much could go wrong, and the logistical side of it is a, a big thing to be considered as well.
yeah, a
I
lot of work
think
is
that
definitely going to need to go into it. But and it's all in time and work. But I really think it would be a good place to be once we finally get the resources and skills to do it.
yeah, it's not only just to move there. There is, as you say, a lot of things that has to be both planned and things needs to be active in the surrounding area.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is though, is what makes this location so good is that in the times that we have traveled to it, it has been very peaceful and calm, and now that might change as everyone knows with low sec. one day might not be the same as the next day, but of the
Yes,
times we've been there.
if I can say something, what you say, yes, it is true, can change. But of course, you must understand the secrecy of the reason why we cannot say where is.
Exactly.
Can be everywhere in this moment, the people who listening us. But the point is that how Black Necromonger has pointed, there is many things to check, and on one thing can go wrong, all the project can go wrong.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, and that's why it's going to take a lot of planning and coordination. But when we eventually do this, it's going to, if we successfully are able to locate to this area, we will be able to, in a sense, control a large area and be able to bring in a lot of income and resources if everything goes to plan. Um, but and so, what are some? I guess that's a good segue into this next topic. Black and Ombra, what do you think are some control tactics that we would be able to use uh, for keeping, I guess, control of the surrounding low sec systems?
One quick way is to control the corridor to that area, at least on one of the sides. And if there would be someone that would try and sneak in, we always have the option that we have today to war deck and basically just remove them from that area.
Yeah, and I mean the gate locations are also a big factor. I'm not sure if we want to disclose what kind of setup we have for the system, but uh, the controlling the gates are another main thing that we'd have to look into. But that would, I guess, be another good way of, just I guess controlling the area successfully.
Yeah, but it comes with back in the days, me and Obra did something similar. We had a low sec pocket that we controlled. Um, sure, things were a little bit different back then, but
Of
once
course.
the rumor starts spreading out, it's a passive deterrent to actually go there.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's again that fits in with alternative catering's strategy of, in a sense, being as aggressive and effective as possible, um, to deter, hopefully to deter any threats before they become threats. But
Hmm.
also, if needed, we will be powerful enough to get rid of those threats and make sure that we keep everyone in the alliance safe and continue to just control that area.
Yep. Yeah, that's correct. I mean, as I said earlier, a fight isn't just in the moment when you are shooting at someone or fighting at someone. If you have that reputation or someone have heard, don't go to that system or that area because I died there. Well, less and less people will go there. Of
Exactly.
course, you will get these guys who are looking for a fight. They will find some interest in going there, but if they lose a few ships there, they also lose the interest since it
Exactly.
costs them money.
Because people that want to cause trouble because not only is it fun. I mean, obviously it's fun. I mean, well, that's the whole reason we got into it in the first place. But they also want to get something out of it. And if multiple times they go and attempt to uh, cause destruction and take things from people, if they fail at that, they're gonna, more times than not, they're gonna want to avoid that area, which is, I guess, the kind of control that we want to implement around that surrounding system.
Yep.
So I guess moving into the the another topic, a lot of people, or at least I, when I first started, I wondered why would people choose mining over PvP? Because on the surface, PvP sounds like it would be a lot more fun than anything else. And it really just depends on who you are. But some people really are better at mining and infrastructure than others. So, Umbra, what kind of things makes mining and infrastructure fun for people to do?
Uh, this is question of $1 million because any mind, any brain of any person is different of each of another one. But what can I say from my point of view? Can I say as an external, in this moment, external person from looking on the mining and all this. So practically, what is happening? The satisfaction, I think, is the same things like in PvP, but it's on the opposite way. You have in PvP you're destroying. In in mining and in manufacturing stuff, you practically building. So at the end of the day, at example, at the end of the day, at the end of the mining, it can be, I don't know, 4 hours, 8 hours, somebody mining even in 18 hours after with rorquals, so 24 hours. This is another point of view. But when you have, at the end of the mining, this group of ore you mined, or what you have mined specifically because you need this kind of mineral, then when you're mining, you already know, okay, I have tot million of Welspar. Approximately from tot million of Welspar, I will have several millions of tritanium. Of course, when you refining this, is coming out to the number of the tritanium or other material you need. So practically, then you're going to put it in the production, and when the item is built, there is the satisfaction because you have a finished product the people can use on the market. You will take it on the market, sell it on the market as a seller, or or to the buyers, or you contracting to the contract markets. The point is that this is the finished product people need, because one PvP guy or PvA will not go mine, refine, skill for production, take the BPC or BPO, work it, and then put all this material together, wait several hours to take out a battleship. So there is, as example, I'm here for this, to give this service. So this is practically the satisfaction. How can I say? Build and help others to have the ships, munitions, rockets, missiles, drones, uh, freighters, carriers, etc., to have fun.
Yeah, so the
Everybody is some kind of chain. It's from zero, then you coming up to the Titan.
exactly, and that's another role that Amar War Industries kind of plays is they, along with bringing in the money to help the alliance grow, they also provide ships for people. Once we get big enough, they can provide assistance with helping other people learn and helping other people get to bring in more income, depending on the situation.
Yes, absolutely. So everything depends on the situation. So if we are talking about the income, there is several way of income in one industrial corporation or alliance. But when you have several corporations that's doing different things in alliance, they don't need necessarily to go, at example, buy material because they miss it. They can simply ask the other corporation, did you have this type of material? Can we exchange it for the price, or can you sell it for this price, friendly, of course, price? Or I mean, this is the way of doing things. But because if we're thinking only about ISK, yes, you can do it. You can mine, you can compress ore, you can transport billions and billions and billions of ore on the market and sell it weekly or a couple of times a week. Everything depends how much is mining, and build nothing. Simply supply needs of ore or minerals on the market for the needs of somebody else. And then yes, you can do. It's possible to do a great ISK, of course. Uh, I choose to do mix stuff, but everything also depend. It's not a secret. Many players have several accounts, several different accounts. For example, 2 days ago, I meet one guy who have 12
Oh my
miners
god.
and one Rorqual. So, and I say, this guy is really mining. I mean, he's
That's the way it
eating
was meant
belt
to be.
in 15, 20 minutes. Belt is over.
Wait, really?
Uh,
Are you exaggerating, or was it literally like
no,
15,
no, no,
20
no, no,
minutes?
no, 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 no. I can't say who is. I can't say where is. 12 Hulk on the belt are worse than Locust.
Damn.
So,
So yeah,
so
like I mean, that's proof right there that uh, it just depends on the strategy you use, but you can
yes,
be very
absolutely, yes, yes.
successful with mining,
Yeah,
and I think kind
can
of the difference between mining income and PvP income is that mining income you are always going to get a set, constant amount depending on how much you mine. With
yes,
PvP, it will really
the
depend on what you're
the
going
price.
after. Yeah, and
Exactly,
the
the
and the
price of
price.
anything
Yeah.
is not oscillating so much. It's going up and down, but the income is based on rude work of the miner and manufacturer. Of course, the PvP is another story, but this I think we leave to say everything about the PvP to Black Necromonger.
Exactly. And then that's a good segue into that. So Black, what do you think would make people want to join alternative catering? Because we need to look into recruiting people to in order to keep up with this goal that we have. So what would be some things that would make people want to join alternative catering?
I think everyone wants to learn something, even if you are as Ombra, that you are into the logistics, you like to mine and stuff, or just sitting in a station trading. But when it comes to us, I think the best ability one of our pilots can have is actually to be willing to learn and evolve and do their mistakes and learn from them.
Yeah, and that's the main thing we're actually looking for is it doesn't really matter what kind of experience you have. It's more based on what you're willing to train and learn in a short period of time for the specific task that we want you to do. And I mean, everyone will get paid the same based on how much what they participate in. And I mean, it's a good way to make money in bursts if that's what you're kind of into. I mean, and you get to learn a lot about how to play the game in a PvP role. And that's what I did because I have only been playing this for about a month and a half, maybe even less. And Black Necromonger has been able to teach me a lot about it in this short period of time. And I'm still an alpha clone, so that's the main thing that we're looking for is people that are just willing to train and take directions from us because it will help you in the long run. And
Not only it will not only help you as a pilot or a new pilot, it also helps me as the co-op CEO or if I am commanding a fleet. If I know that, okay, but this person is a new pilot, but okay, then I can use him as well. Can he fly cruisers? Okay, well, bring him in a cruiser. But I also have the opportunity to experiment a little bit and see, okay, but this person perhaps likes the small, quicker frigate, for example. And even all ships are useful. Even if you're just flying a Tech 1 frigate, I can still use you, because then your role naturally becomes that you get into the fight and you lock someone down for the bigger ships to just pound it.
And that's actually the first role that I began to take when I first started off. That's one of the things I trained for, and it was really fun. I enjoyed doing it. So that's that's a good way to start and get involved with it, and then move up. It just depends on what Black or D4 thinks that you'd be good for, but as time goes on, it might change, and it just depends on what you're willing to train for us. But a lot of the times, it's not even a problem to purchase what we want you to train for, because a lot of the times, if we were going on a mission, if Black wanted me to have a certain thing or certain skills, he would tell me the skills, and then he would fit a ship for me, and he would just give the ship to me. And that's and that's really the easiest way to do it, because that also helped me learn what and how to fit ships to do a certain role. So it's a really good way of teaching someone who learns better with hands-on.
Yeah, because when it comes to ships, take you for example. You and I, we have done a few operations, we have done a few fleets. If you lose a ship, well, okay, did you learn something from it? Here,
exactly.
You have a new ship.
Yeah, most of the money that Alternative Catering obtains from missions you can either ask for your share to be given to you, or you can have it put into the corporation wallet, in which case it acts as a separate kind of insurance for your ship, where if during a mission, if you are to lose a ship, the corporation will replace it for you.
Yeah, it's a good system, but it's also worth pointing it out that if you choose to have your money in your wallet instead, it has their ups and downs. If you have your own money, well, then you can buy your own ships. But we have plenty of ships, and for the moment, we have no issues handing out whatever you might need.
Exactly, and that's what makes this corporation so good for PvP, because especially if you're new, because while we are very good at what we do, we have a couple of new members, such as me, and I've already, I don't think we can really go into what we have done already, but we've been very successful, save for a couple of events, but you can't really prevent that from happening, Shit happens.
Are you thinking about D4's little adventure by pulling a hostile fleet to us instead of leading us away?
Yeah, I heard about this.
Yeah, I told Ombro about that. and with that statement, all seriousness was thrown out the window. but yeah, every corporation will have their ups and downs, no matter how advanced they get, and it's just part of the game. That's what makes it fun. So that whether it's a member of your corporation leading 9 catalysts towards you, sometimes it happens.
Even though when you get told but to duck up and stay away. Well, this time it worked out. We were able to sneak out.
We were at least able to get out of it, but
yeah, and we didn't lose anything, I think.
That was okay, funny.
Yeah, but that would have been such a shitty way to lose our ships.
Yeah, but this is how it's happening. I mean, I mining. I openly saying I have 4 hulks. I have my orca full mining bonus on orca, full skills for mining with hulks or machina. But there is always some gankers. There is always some warp to guy that is breaking breaking eggs, we can say. So it's always losing some ships. It was happened several times that even the last time the big lose I had, it was 3 hulk and an orca. Hopefully that was all insured. I realized it, of course, the day after, but it was all insured, and I got already another orca builded. So the expense was not so high as 2.2 billion, but only around 1 billion of expense. But yes, I must say, is another guy who was with me mining 5 minutes after we was docking, and then we was laughing. We find each other. Okay, him did not know so much good English, but we understand each other. We was on Discord. We was laughing each other. We was repeating what was happening there, and that was an explosive disaster. And everything was escaping with eggs here, eggs there. Fantastic.
But yeah, like with every corporation, shit happens. But some corporations will expect you to be responsible for you to pay for your own stuff and insure your own ships. But with new players joining in, we think it's better if we help out and make sure that everyone doesn't have any stress about going into a battle because they don't want to lose their ship. Because that was my main problem, is because I was like, yeah, even though it was like a small shitty ship, I was like, I worked hard for it. So, but it's, it takes away the stress when you don't have to worry about losing it, because you'll get it back.
Yes, but I mean, it is like you says, it is the same for alternative catering, helping for the program with the furniture of the ship to the new members, and helping to explain dynamics and the insurance and other things. Is the same as in our industries or other mining corporations, of course. I mean, I already have my program for the future miners who will come. Of course, I must say openly, Alpha is not welcome, not because I'm some kind of racist or something else people can think, but Alpha cannot mine as an Omega. So at least sit in Retriever or Covetors. There's 2 type of mining ships. And even if they have Check 1 modules, they are mining more than in some kind of a venture.
Exactly.
That is okay, mining ship, mining frigate, but it's no mining as a hulk or covetor or a skiff that they are designed for the mining. So yes, I mean, or Omega, even if they are 1 month and 1 day old, but they are Omega. The corporation already have Retriever, Skiff, Covetor with the FitTech 1 ready. So it is the same practically as in alternative catering, of course. But a difference that, like I say, no Alpha welcome, only Omega.
And the main reason why we allow all skill types is because, and Black, I guess you can add into this because this is mostly your idea, but it really helps out with strategic placement of different roles. Because if you have everyone doing one role, you're only going to be able to do so much. You're a lot more limited to your corporation's abilities in combat than if you have a bunch of people with different roles from all skill levels.
Yeah, that's true, because if I have, let's take, we have a battleship fleet. a battleship fleet is not as fast and it's not agile enough to catch most things less than a battlecruiser. So if I then have a few pilots that I know, okay, they are on this alpha account, alpha status, then I can tell them to get into a fast, agile ship to do their role as both perhaps scouting, some is jumping in to the battleships and locking the hostile fleet down. So it's all roles are needed, even though if you enjoy flying logistical ships like and bringing in remote trappers or capacitors or whatever, it's you are welcome whatever state you are in, because I have a role for you to play.
Yeah, and I mean that's another good way that I think that we could, increase the amount of people we have with recruitment. I've been trying to do a lot of recruitment or everywhere I can. I just haven't been able to, get a lot of people in. So I'm hoping that, if we I'm pretty sure Umbra is the one that's going to be posting this. He's creating a YouTube channel for the NECC, and we can share that.
Start to do it tomorrow, yes.
And we can share that with Black's fan club. I want to give a shout out to them.
Yeah.
We can.
Did you contact your admirers?
No, I still haven't done that.
Well, they're going to be listening to this. I'm going to email them. I'll send them a link. I think we should also put the link of, just to these kind of videos in our, in our bio in game. So, people can, because, when you're bored, I don't know if you guys do this, but when I'm bored, I sometimes look at people's information, for the game. And,
this is the one way to check. The example, talking from my side, no? As also Genesi, Mortale, practically checking on the local and looking, okay, this can be a ganker, this is the scanner, this is the bumper, and this adding a negative on the alliance overview. Mm-hmm. So it is one way to, you will memorize them. When you're going around, you see, this guy here must be careful. Or, this guy here was doing PvP or have very cool bio. Very, very nice, very nice. So it is one way, just how can I say, you're reading the newspapers of the galaxy.
Yeah, it's just checking everyone out and memorizing who everyone is. That's another good tactic, just for, seeing who everyone is, getting to know the people that surround the area.
Yeah, but you have also this, if you open their bio, you can write your own notes in a special tab there. So that's a good thing too. Yeah. I always... Oh, look who just came online.
Oh, yeah, look who just came online, D4. I limited the podcast podcast user limit to 3 because I didn't want him to... But you know what?
We can have the D4.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. Hold on, I'm gonna edit the layout of this real quick. We're gonna have that, and then Umbra's group can just boop right there, just like that. All right, now let's edit this channel. All right, save. All right, now I'm gonna move them over. I wonder if I can move to. Where's the podcast? Move to the podcast. Danny, you are in the podcast. What's up? How's it going?
I don't think he's active yet. He's online though. But
no, he's online, and anything he says right now will be heard.
I think in one hand him have room, another hand vodka.
Probably. He's just passed out. He's just passed out on the couch.
It's alive.
It's a lie. We heard something.
There's something moving.
Yeah.
D4, do you have alcohol poisoning?
Yes. Yeah, well, he will come when he's
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah, so
Taking away.
Where were we?
He's getting naked.
he's getting naked. He's like, all right, we're doing the podcast. I got to dress for the occasion.
Yes. So where we was?
We were, I mean, I guess we were kind of just wrapping up one of the last topics. You know, I guess. Oh, D4's here.
Ah,
Welcome. A little late to the party, bud.
Still nothing.
I heard him say one thing.
D4.
D4, you're on the podcast. We were so coordinated. We were so prepared.
The silent game.
Yeah, we're just gonna, you know.
He's a shy guy.
Yeah, you know, it's all right.
It's okay. He will be here any second.
Yeah, but so yeah, I mean, I guess we can just kind of talk about, you know, ourselves a little bit. You know, we kind of covered a lot of the topics. So what do you think our schedule is going to be like for future podcasts like this? Because obviously, if we get a lot of views, we're not just going to make one and be like, okay, that's good. You know, we're gonna do a couple more.
But yeah, we are going to keep this up. I mean, it's nothing that is built at one night. This is not a magical thing, so
Yeah,
let it take a few podcasts.
yeah, and I mean it.
Oh, hello, D4.
Hey.
Hey, welcome. You are on the podcast.
Yeah, I just noticed now.
You're a little late.
So introduce yourself.
I just plugged in my headphones.
Oh, he's getting his headphones.
Yeah.
But
That
yeah.
was quite strange hearing voices in my room because I opened the sound system.
Yeah,
I
that might have
was
been my
still
fault.
speaking, and I was like, what? Who is speaking? Oh,
That might have been my fault because I moved
think
you.
that you are quite used to hearing voices.
yeah. I'm used to hearing my own voices. I know them. This was a new voice.
He's used to his normal demons.
Not that ghost again.
The demons, they speak to me.
Yeah.
They're coming for him. Ah.
So D4, introduce yourself. Say hello.
Yeah. Like, how can I introduce myself?
I get just, you know,
First of
tell
all,
your name.
Hello, everyone. My name is Daniel, but I actually introduce myself as D4. The name is too long to fully pronounce it. Even though I'm a Romanian, I'm not a thief. And that's all I can say about me.
Well, since all formality has gone out the window, I'd like to let everyone know that I'm currently streaming this right now. We're all
And
live.
Tails, that is streaming, is also actually quite half naked.
Yeah, I'm half naked right now. Actually, I'm completely naked.
Oh,
That is
Yeah.
why you were late, D4.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, plans. Or in fact, I would love to have D4 explain or give his view on the co-op and how things are going.
I think I'm gonna head off now.
What?
No.
No. You are here now.
Yeah, I'm in this now.
You're stuck with us. You're not leaving.
What can I say about the corporation?
You know, just
The first
explain
time
like.
I joined in, we were only two. It started off as I wanted to play PvP, and so I met Black. What was it? Duripant, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah, Duripant. And so from there we started talking about the game, about the PvP stuff, how to do it, where to do it. Black also introduced me to people like Ombra, our Italian cook over here. Yeah, Ombra, you have to do something for us one night.
Yeah, we'll have to have a
How,
cookout.
Yeah.
how shall I send it?
I don't know. We'll find a way.
Yeah.
And now, as we're gathering numbers, the wars are also starting to be more interesting.
Yeah. Well, more proactive, I guess.
Yeah, more active.
That's good. More work, more
Yeah,
money.
the more work, the better. I see this game. Otherwise, it's just boring to just go mine or do missions like that.
Yeah.
PvP is where the real action is in EVE Online.
But I mean, that's also
Other,
just his opinion of it. I mean, because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the three of us, me, D4, and Black, are all
This is what I
hardcore
think about the game.
PvP
Yeah,
maniacs.
there are so many ways to play this game.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I like it a lot,
Hmm.
and I started playing it in the first place.
Yeah, and we went
Hmm.
over like all the pros of mining too. Because if people
Yeah,
are
you
into
can do
that,
like everything: mine, research, diplomatics. I think constructions.
yeah, I mean
So
it's
many, so many.
And you can even play EVE Online through Skype if you reach a high enough level.
through what?
Through Skype.
Skype.
Yes.
How you play it over there?
Yeah, how do you play it over Skype?
I will tell you a real life experience that I had.
Okay,
Uh, I ran, I will not say their names, but it's one of the biggest hauling corporations in EVE Online.
okay,
And the more time I spent fixing that corporation, I was setting it up. I was rebuilt it 5 times, and I found the perfect way to run a corporation like that, and it was by having a director team, and that those directors were basically I gave them directions. I want you to do this. Okay,
yeah,
you are
yeah.
the head of recruitment. That is what you should focus on.
Yeah,
And me as a CEO, I found myself lacking actually not playing the game, not loading in, but I did everything that I had to through Skype. And it was more or less a secondary work.
yeah. When you get to that point, I mean, yeah, it does just become like a second job,
Yeah, I
which can
mean,
either be a good or bad thing.
yeah, I mean, everything else, it has its ups and downs. I mean, I was able to have a lot of communications with CCP, and I was able to influence that hauling things and the hauling mechanics into something that I thought were better.
Well, now I think I can see where the fan club came from.
No,
This man's been on this game since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
no, not really, but. Uh, but if when you reach or if you reach that point, take my advice and don't go that path because it will just be sad and boring.
Yeah, boring. You don't even get to play the game. You just sit at a computer and talk to people, which in
Mm-hmm.
a sense is what we're doing right now, to be honest. But we're this is
Yeah.
fun. I mean, we're planning on doing a couple more of these, depending on how many views we get and whether Black's cult follows it. That kind of thing.
The black, the black cult.
The Necro cult.
This is going dark now.
Very funny.
But yeah, we'll advertise this. Our corporation logos are in the top. I've sent you guys the template that I'm using, and everyone can our in-game names are at the bottom underneath our portraits. So you can always email us, and we'll respond. And if you want to be involved with NECC and want more information, Umbra Mortali or Gen SC Mortali, I'm assuming you'd. I don't want to speak for you, but I'm assuming you'd probably let them know, the requirements. Yeah, and Black will probably take emails relating to joining alternative catering. It just depends.
Yeah, also remind. We also have D4 and Tails that can answer some of the questions.
Of course.
Why should I do everything?
Because we're the main 3 active people, D4.
Yeah, I know.
Whatever happened to X-Span? I saw him online today, but he said he started mining.
He was online just a few minutes ago. I think he's still on.
Yeah. But yeah.
So. Yeah. Anything else? Anything you want to talk about, or any girls that we have been dating, or
any girls we've been dating? Dude, I don't really date people, man. I don't like people.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Thank God this is a video game then.
Yeah, we are not real. We are virtual people.
Yeah.
We're virtual people. Oh, well, Thalos Wraith. Me is Thalos Wraith. Oh, yeah, man. Dude, I like trannies. Me and Ombra are gonna go out.
Out of the closet?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, it's not. Is it gay, though? Is it gay? It's not gay. She's a woman. Ombra.
Yeah.
Yeah, the woman with a dick.
Yeah, that's a trap. I think you're confusing them.
The dick woman.
I wish I was ready for this conversation because I could play that song that you introduced me to earlier, Ombra.
Oh. What was it, Ombra?
If you scroll up in the chat, you'll see it.
Yes, I
The one
remember.
with Charlie Sheen?
That is Rammstein, Pussy.
Oh.
You have a pussy. I have a dick. What is the problem?
All right. So, do we have anything more to discuss? We'll talk about anything that pops up in the head.
I'm reading about the upcoming update.
Yeah, what are we gonna? That's another thing that we forgot to mention with the new update with war decks, changing the way. Do one of you guys want to kind of describe how that's gonna work out?
Can you say something first, Black?
No, I'm letting D4 talk about this because he is reading it at the moment.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, I don't really see in the upcoming update anything saying about war decks, but I'm scrolling down now. I was reading about the new ships, the Triglavian ships.
Oh, they're coming out with new Triglavian ships?
Yeah, 2 more. Destroyer and Battlecruiser. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, well, the Destroyer should be fast, very fast, and the Battlecruiser should be something that will have enhanced armor resistances. So even though the Triglavian ships are based on armor, this Battlecruiser will have extra armor defenses.
Fuck, is that an Omega thing, though?
Yeah,
Damn it.
the Triglavian ships are Omega.
I'm gonna have to spend money on this.
Yes.
Damn it.
So,
Because you know damn well I'm gonna open up the ship tree and I'm gonna see it and my dick's gonna get hard and I'm gonna be like, I need to buy this. I need to buy this ship.
He's excited on the ships.
Yeah, I can imagine him now. He getting his dick in his hand and looking at the ship. Oh,
Yes.
just like that.
Yes, baby, come to me. Yes, you're the good one.
Show me those hard points. Yeah.
Show me those hard points.
when it comes to the war declaration changes, I don't really know if I should like it or hate it. I can somehow understand the CCP's stance on it, just because about 5 corps stands for about 50% of all the war decks.
Yeah.
But still, that's not really a issue in my mind. It just means that those 5 has grown into something bigger.
Yeah.
And especially now when they are talking about that you can only war deck corporations with a citadel or structure in space. Will that system not be abused?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then how is that gonna? I mean, then all large corporations have to do is just live out of the NPC stations, and then they can. I mean, if they wanted to, they can get by without Citadel, and then they could. No one would be able to war deck them.
No, there
Exactly.
is if we are going to excuse me if I'm interrupting you.
No.
If they are going to follow, if the CCP are going to follow what we already read about this war deck dynamics in the future of the update in December, if they are staying like this perfectly, you will see that they are talking about corporations. They are not talking about alliances. So practically, if nothing is changing, but I don't think so, because the CCP will do something that is going to be difficult and very, how can I say, complicated to fix it. But if staying like this, the corporations that is in alliance will go out from the alliance, putting the tag of the alliance on their information page of the corporation. The same things on information page of the alliance is going to be all the list of the corporations, and the fact of these new stations is not refinery, Raitaru, Citadel, etc. It's not like the old POS player owned structure. That system was, I mean, years ago, it was possible to launch it, to anchor it for a person, a player, for corporation, for alliance. So that was 3 choices. Now, with these new structures in space that is anchoring, there is no this option. Practically is anchoring for a person, for a player. Then, after this, this structure can be setted, the permission to dock, permission to use the services or the costs, etc., set it per each corporations, per each person, etc. So I personally do not see any kind of problem if something like this, if the CCP following what we already know about these war deck declarations, because this means that the war deck can be always be done on the alliance, but the alliance do not, technically do not have people in. Is only connected through the structure, through the installation that all the corporations are virtually in alliance. So technically, is going to be most of the war decks to destroy the refineries, research stations, citadels, etc., etc., etc. It's true that the biggest corporations, that's probably they are very operative and big, they have 5, 10, 20 or more installations around the region or around the domain, depend everything how they are big. I think they will not absolutely take down their installations or change it to the other name. But of course, this everything depends from the CEO or from eventually vulnerability of that particular corporations. So we aside from the side of industrialists, yes, we can abuse this system. We can absolutely abuse it. But of course, we must see how this is going to happen. I mean, I am absolutely okay with the decision what the CCP has done, because the most corporations are built around the social integration. About from is the same for alternative catering. Is the same for many other corporations. The people get united. They are gathering together because of the common interest. So. So practically, if you have people who wish to sit there, have their transport, have their, can I say, mining, do not think about the flashing red or the war deckers, etc. This is possible to do it, but if there is constantly war deck, even the most resilient, even the most resilient player who say, I like the game, fuck the idiots, fuck the people who are the war decking us. But after a while, 2, 3, 4 decking, even this resilient guy will leave the game, if
Yeah,
not the
okay,
corporation.
okay. He will leave the game, but since when have Eve been a game about, or rather, when has Eve Online been a game that has been fair?
Oh,
No, it's not. It was never fair.
No, and it will never be, because what I consider fair, it's objective. For me, perhaps it's a 1-1, or if I end up in a fight like you remember D4 in the start of our journey, we ended up in a fight where we fought 6 persons and we had 2 ships.
yeah.
And we still came out on top, but it was still a more fair fight than just going in and doing our thing, because we were giving them plenty of chances to improve and we helped them out. At least that is how I see it. But when it comes to these changes, I have 3 questions about it. What if the defender doesn't have a citadel? Can they then never be war decked? What if the defender and attacker doesn't have structures of equal size? If CCP somehow decides to, well, if you're going to declare war at someone, you need to have at least 1 citadel in the same type or the same size.
They should point this out, because you, as an attacker, could have, let's say, 2, 3 citadels, and big citadels, we can say, and the corporation that you're attacking could only have 1 tower, let's say a small tower, defensive tower. It's not fair.
No, but I was about to say, be on that line as well. What if, when they talk about structures, that the alliance or you have to have a structure in space, does that include a player-owned pulse?
Yeah, I think this, considering this is something new for Eve, they're gonna use the feedback after the update and maybe change it in like 1 month or 2 months. I think they're gonna change this,
Yeah.
because a lot of people will say, yeah, you don't have a station, you have 3,000 players, and I cannot war deck you. That's not fair.
Well, that also, I have the question of, like, if you like you guys said that you can only war deck a corporation if they have a citadel or some structure like that. But what if the corporation that is declaring war on the other corporation, what if they don't have a citadel or structure? Like, that, does it have to be mutual in order for a war deck to occur?
It should be.
Yeah.
Not mutual. I would not say that, but if anything, if they want to equal the field out a little bit, I would say that if you're going to attack someone with a structure, you need to have one yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, technically, what you say, this is absolutely logic, yes, because how is be that only you can, for example, have a corporation and can then attack one corporation or alliance that have a structure, but you don't have it. So yes, what you say is absolutely logic. So even the corporation who is, for example, alternative catering to declare war must have the structure. But then we are coming back what Danny says. What they are considering a structure is from the small post, from the small tower, control tower, to the Fortizar or Keepstar.
Oh, you are forgetting one structure type, and that is the POCUS, the player or the planetary thingy that you place in orbit of the planets.
The
the
customs.
Oh
Customs.
yeah, the customs. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are also structure.
Those are also structure, yes, because also the player destroying this, yes.
Yeah. Well, let's just play with the mind that you have to have a structure in space, and then someone destroys that structure. What happens with all the wars?
Yeah, that's true. Like, what would happen? Like, would you just be fucked? Like, would you not be able to?
Would you be able to just transfer ownership to a citizen, to a corp, have them war deck, and then they transfer the ownership of the citadel back to you?
Yeah, I mean that's probably why they're not the update. You know, specs aren't really definitive yet because they probably are still
There's-
working out all of this. But you know,
there's
it's best to be
hopefully-
prepared for it.
Yeah, that's. I mean, this is something, but hopefully, Genesis has anchored the only one refinery what we have now. The structure is for with the main corporation who has built the alliance. So there is nothing involved with the other corporations.
Yeah.
So
But if they really wanted to make a good change to the war declaration and the war system itself, why not make it easy and establish some kind of win and lose scenario?
Yeah. Yeah, that would.
For example, war deck this corp and you will have to kill for 500 mil, or depending on what you. It's just a thing in my thinking now, but kill ships for 1 billion and you win. Lose 300 million in ships, and you as an aggressor lose a war.
yes, but even what I was thinking that was connected what you're saying now, a little connected, but it is, for example, the size of the corporation. That's maybe, or the question of the money ISK is paying to the Concord for the war decking is absolutely. I mean, 50 million a week is nothing. Everybody can afford 50 million a week, but I think this should be raised. This should be raised. I think, of course, but also, the example there is. This mathematic formula that is increasing the cost of the war decking weekly by the numbers of corporations and the numbers of the member in corporations or alliance. But from my point of view, to war deck Amarwar Industries cost 50 million, and now to war deck New Eden Corporation conglomerate cost 50 million.
Yeah. This amount of money that you're paying to Concord should be increased according to the corporation or alliance that you're war decking.
Isn't that how it works already? If you pass a certain threshold, the war deck fee goes up.
Oh, I don't know because
I'm not sure.
I'm quite certain of it because we had that war a few weeks back. We shot at their citadel, I think, and we paid about 120 mil for that war deck for that week. So it's about how many members. The bigger the corporation, the more expensive it becomes as an aggressor.
Okay.
But we all, you guys said that this war declaration that you had to pay for it. Basically, that's a bribe for the Concord to stay away.
The thing is, as far as I know, Concord is NPC.
Yes.
why the money are going to them, considering Concord doesn't really play the game.
To
Concord
remove,
basically is the game.
yeah, but it's just a money sink to keep the money circulation
Yeah.
in check.
I think the money from war decking should go to the corporation you are attacking.
Why?
Yeah, the thing is, I only think that. I don't really have an argument for it now.
He was like, well, I thought I had something for that, but
You can imagine United States is going to attack one country because of the fuel. They need fuel, no? And say, but before we are sending you $1 trillion.
yeah, we're
Well,
gonna
this
destroy
war
you, but
declaration
before we
system,
do,
I don't really like it just because
Or
of
maybe-
if you don't have a structure base, citadel or whatever, you are basically untouchable.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yes, the corporations become basically untouchable, but all the installations, for example, on the host corporation or the host alliance are under fire.
No, under fire in what way?
It can be destroyed in war.
No, but you can't if you can't war declaration. If you can't declare war on someone who isn't a structure, you cannot shoot at them.
Yes, this is also yes.
yeah. But anyway,
Anyway,
obviously there's a lot more to be discussed, you know, and we'll probably continue this conversation on future podcasts. But yeah, I think we should, you know, wrap it up. We're an hour and 11 minutes in, and I feel like that was pretty good. We got a lot covered.
All right, perfect.
So yeah, you guys think that we should keep doing this? Of course, it's really going to depend on the, you know, what we get out of it. But I can see people watching
we could
this.
do this considering the upcoming updates, and we could discuss every update in the game.
we can get drunk, talk about it.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be a little difficult for me, but you know.
That also, we don't really have to cover only EVE Online subjects.
No, it doesn't always have to be EVE Online subjects. I mean, we can always
Yeah,
fit
yeah.
those in, but you know. Yeah, this is good. This is about what I expected of it.
Yep.
So yeah, thank you guys for joining in. I appreciate it. You can look forward to having us back some other time, possibly drunk, depending on the scenario. But yeah, until next time, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you.